All right, everybody. I got a Muela knife. It comes with a plastic sheath, nylon cord up here, and it has a snap piece right here, so you can go to put a string in there, be able to tie it around your thigh. I don't really care too much about the plastic ones. I'd much rather have like a leather one. The knife itself is 10 inches and 3/4 inch long. The blade is 6 1/4. It has a it says here it's a Bowie sawback type of blade. It is a stainless steel. This is sharp, and this is really sharp too, like right out of the box. The weight on this knife is 0.8 pounds, so it's under a pound. The metal they use is 420C, and I'll bring it in to you so that you can see it. And you can see it like that. They do have this piece here, so you can get your finger in there and be able to hold it. Let's go ahead and do a cut test real quick. As I go to cut it on the angle, and it is super sharp. It's got to get enough action on it, and I'm tearing this up pretty good. I have to pick all this up when I get done. But I mean, as you can see, it's sharp. For the wood, I do have a piece of wood here. I just wanted to see if it's going to skin it, and it apparently, maybe it's the piece I got in my hand, I don't know, but if I'm holding it, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I mean it's making, you know, if you're going to cut that, I mean it's going to cut, and gotta use a little force to it, but I mean, other than that, I mean, it's pretty sharp. Now the ridges, if you're going to do a campfire, and again, I think it would be sharp enough, but I don't know, just to get your kindling. So I have to probably on a different type of, I mean, yeah, it's going, but it's not. Maybe you gotta, yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's working. Just got to get it in a 45 degree angle, and it's making enough here. So if you needed to get a fire going, you can do it. And put that back away from there, and I can show you the pieces that it just did. Not that one, but all this here is good. Got people coming through. I got it all on me, of course. Next thing I wanted to try was a rod ferrule, and this one's from another knife of mine, but wet that off. But I just wanted to see if it was going to spark, and it does. So it is a daytime, so let me get in the shade a little bit. Yeah, I see it, but yeah, it's going. Just got to get it in the right it'll do what it's going to do. But it's a good camping knife. You can get another stick. It is thick here on the top right here, and it is thick on the back. So I would assume if you have a heavier piece of wood, you can knock that right on down and just right on through. So that's a good knife. The retail value on this knife is 105 bucks, but on the internet you can get it anywhere from 60 to about 85 bucks. I did see a place on there, if you are searching, you can pick it up for about 40 bucks. But I don't know if you have to pay for the shipping and all that, and I think it came from like somewhere, I think it came from a over around like the UK somewhere, so you'd probably still be paying right at 80 bucks, you know, maybe 65 to 80 dollars in that neighborhood to have it shipped over here. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. If you know, I mean, it's just tearing that stick up, and that's actually oak. The reason why I know it's oak because I took part of a tree down and I got some of it here behind me. But yeah, but I mean, that's sharp for just that little thing right there if you needed to do anything. This is a good knife for like the value. I know some knives can go up. I mean, if you really want to get a good one, it would be $300-400 bucks. And it still feels pretty good, sharp. I did see if I wanted to take the hair off my arm, and that's another good test, and it does. I mean, it's already got a flat spot right there, so that's a good way of knowing if your knife is sharp right out of the box. If you can shave the hair off of your arm, and I think a couple more times to sharpen this up, you'd have a badass knife. And once again, this is the let me get it right. It is the Muela 5161 model in OD green. The overall length again is 10 3/4 inch. The blade itself is 6 1/4. The weight is 0.8, so it's underneath a pound. So it ain't gonna, I mean, it's easy to work with, as opposed to, if you got a real Bowie knife, that might weigh 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. It's not too bad on that ferro rod. I just wish it was a little darker so you can, I mean, it's getting, I mean, you can hear it and you can probably see the flame. Yeah, there it goes. That's if you really had to, but you don't want to use the blade part on the ferro rod because of course it'll dull it out. And then you got some ferro rods that are better than others too. So like this is a cheap one. I think this one was probably around yeah, like this came with, that's right, this came with the I think it's called a Kabar 2.5. It's a Russian knife. I got it for, I think I paid 80 bucks for it. It's actually from Russia. But to me, it was more of a cheap knife, but there's a lot of people buying that knife, and I don't even really use it. I think I use it a couple times, and this one's like far more better. For, they were like right up around the same type of price. So this one's just got more to it. And then like once again back here to the stick, even if I'm back here on to the fatter part of the stick, I can really shave it right on down. I mean, it's just throwing it. So it's good for what it's doing. I mean if you gotta whittle something out, already on that one side, I'll bring that side up, you can see that right there. And then like if you had a little flat piece or something like that and you needed to get a hole into a board, after you got that down, to be able to put your stuff in there, it just got windy. I got to go get all this. That just did the hole right there. I mean, enough. I mean, I know that. I mean, it's going to take some time to whittle that hole out, but that's if you were making a fire like that, where you can just turn it, and then already, I mean, it's a drilling right in there. So yeah, we got a lot bigger just in a couple seconds. I can bring that up in there. You can see that hole. So this is a real good knife, and yeah, I think this one would last a good long time if you take good care of it, keep it sharp, and then yeah, I'm happy with this knife. Seeing everything that it can do so far, and then I haven't even really went to field test it. But the real test is when you got a stake, you're out there camping, and you want to cut with that, you know, which I think this thing will slice right through it, because if it went through that, yeah, it's going to go through a New York strip, or even a T-bone or something. And you could probably use it. You could probably use these ridges here for even on a fish. You can use this knife for practically just about anything. Yeah, I like the color. To like the style. It sort of looks like a. To me, it looks like a World War I handle. How it's made. Just basically I would have to say just a plain Jane, and yeah, this is a bad little knife right here, and yeah, like that's a good knife. You know, like there's nothing wrong with this knife. The point's good. And just, I mean, I could go all day here. I mean, just, you know, if I had to sharpen something out, I got snagged up on something. But if you, there it goes. Just got to get the right angle, and you can just go and just get all that down to what you need. And I'm just rounded that out just as best I could. And it didn't really take long to do all that, and that's pretty good. If you had to put like a hot dog or something on there and hold it over the fire, I mean, that's right there for you. They do got knives at Walmart, but I'm into looking something that catches my eye, that looks a little bit different sometimes, and this one just caught my eye, and I looked it up online. I mean, I could have got a little cheaper, no, but for like an extra, like maybe $20 to $25, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I paid $83, I think, for this, but it's a retailing. I've seen it last night on a website. It was $40, of course. And then there's some sites that are selling for $62, $67, up to as far as like I think it was $95, and they go to retail for $105. So it's a good knife. I mean, it doesn't seem like it is going to break on you, because I think it comes all the way back into here anyway, for being a full tang, but you want to watch what you're doing there. And that's it. Alrighty, thank you again, and this is the Muela knife. I said what the model number was and the series, and I'll go to flash that up on the screen again. And yeah, thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and share. Any comments, that would be great. Much appreciated. And thank you once again.